Colt Stafford, second in the team in scoring and rebounding. Feinberg and Stafford are going to be a load for the Titans to handle in the paint.
Absolutely. A lot of size on this Thomas More team coming in here. It seems like half the team is 6 foot or above.
Yeah.
Now for the starting lineup for your Westminster College Titans.
Starting in the post, you'll have to have a good game here tonight to counteract those big guys from Thomas More, and that's Adam Carswell, the 6'5 junior from Paynesville, Ohio. Anthony Thomas, sophomore guard out of Newcastle Union. Anthony's going to have a good defensive assignment tonight too. Doug Smith, when Doug shoots it well, we play well. We're looking for Doug Smith, 6'3 junior out of South Park, to have a good game as well. Getting a start here on senior night, last home game for the Titans. Getting a start, Max Spinner, only senior on the team, 6'1 senior out of Boca Raton, Florida. And then the fifth starter, Ben Donlow, number 33, 6'3 junior, or I'm sorry, 6'3 freshman out of Poland, Ohio. And Ben's been on a little bit of a roll, getting some double-doubles, and we're going to need him on the glass as well, Bradford.
That's right. Ben Donlow had a great game last Wednesday, scored, seems like, the first 12 points of the game for the Titans on a couple threes, so look for him to have a big game. He's going to have his hands full down low, though, with the 6'7 and 6'5 big post players for Thomas More.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one he'll match up with, and we might see the Titans continue to play some zone as they've done in the past. That can be effective at clogging up the middle, but it also can sometimes cause you problems a little bit with rebounding. And I know that Thomas Moore's the second leading rebounding team in the PAC behind Teal, so Titans have not been a real good rebounding team on the year, so that's something to really pay close attention to early in this ball game.
Especially with the size differential between these two teams. Absolutely. Mark Hockenberry, he's not dressed for the game here tonight. He's on the bench.
Yeah, he's not available tonight, so that even puts a little bit more pressure on the Titans to rebound well.
And here's tip-off taken by the Titans. Here comes Anthony Thomas. Over to Spinner. Spinner looking for some help, gets it to Doug Smith. Smith almost has the ball stolen. Over to Anthony Thomas in the corner now.
Thomas More in a man-to-man.
Adam Carswell down low, tries to drive baseline, gets a nice wraparound hook shot. Titans on the board first.
Well, that's good. I think if we can get Adam some scoring opportunities, make those big guys play some defense, could we get a couple in foul trouble? That would be big also.
Titans come out early in the game with their press package. Thomas More breaks it. Posting up for a three-pointer, that's number 3, Ryan Ham.
Ryan Ham is an outstanding three-point shooter, number 1 in the PAC at 51.5%.
Wow.
So we don't want to leave him open at the three-point line. He hurt us in the first game down there, and obviously press breaker, pull-up three, that's tough to handle.
The littlest guy on the team is the best shooting guy on the team. Ben Donlow with it up top of the key. Shot clock at 10. He's going to drive the lane. He's going to be tripped up. First foul of the game.
You know, this is a good matchup here because either Stafford or Feinberg, one of those two is going to have to match up with Donlow, and that's not necessarily a good matchup for them because Ben is definitely quicker. So that is a foul there on Stafford early, so that's a good thing.
Titans inbound the ball to Anthony Thomas. He drives to the basket, gets the layup, no foul called.
Yeah, could have had another foul on Stafford right there. He tried for the charge, and there was contact, but no call. Maybe a good no call.
Titans coming out pressing here early in the game. Thomas More with the ball now. Down low to Feinberg. Now top of the key to Clemens. Then back to Ryan Ham, and he sinks another one.
We better find him. We better find him in whatever defense we're playing. We better find him because he can shoot the three.
Spinner with it now over to Doug Smith. Back to Spinner, wide open, long three-pointer. He sinks it. Thomas More inbounds the ball. Clemens with it now. Over to Ham in the middle. Yeah, that was a travel right there. Just shuffled his feet a little bit. Titan basketball.
Good job by Doug Smith closing up into the middle. And when Ham caught the ball and started to go, he saw Doug and didn't dribble it right away, and that's a travel. So turnover by the Saints. Titans can hopefully build now on their 7-6 lead.
Anthony Thomas with it now for the Titans. Doug Smith faked the shot. He wanted to take it, but not enough room. Spinner with it, long three-pointer, and he sinks another one. That one was from the parking lot.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Max because he has a range from about anywhere across the 10-second line. He can shoot it. And right now he's matching what Ham's doing for them. So almost another near turnover there.
Thomas More almost turns over the ball, but they get it. And good steal by Spinner down low. Just took the ball right away from Colt Stafford.
Yeah, good cover down, what's called cover down help there on penetration. And Max was right in the right spot to come up with the steal. So
Max Spinner passes it to Carswell, has the ball taken out of his hand, but he's going to be fouled. Second team foul for Thomas More.
Yeah, they're going to get Mumford on that one from behind. And, you know, a lot of times you don't see that call because, I don't know, I think sometimes the refs give the little guys the advantage. They let them whack at those big guys there. And a lot of times they say, okay, that big guy, Carswell's got an advantage. We won't call that foul. But that was definitely a foul. Glad to see it called.
Here's the shot from Carswell, up and good. Titans take the lead. 5 points right now, 11-6.
Good start for Adam. Now that's his third point. Max has got a couple threes, so good start offensively because we know that Donlow and Thomas and Smith can all score.
Second one hits back iron, no good. Thomas More gets the ball. Here comes Ryan Ham for the Saints, quickly down low to Stafford. He's going to drive baseline, just using his size to push Carswell out of the way.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a physical mismatch. Adam's going to have to get a little tougher on that play there and not let Stafford beat him into that spot.
Anthony Thomas with it now for the Titans. And they're going to call a foul on Ryan Ham here.
That can be frustrating. He's about 30 feet from the basket when he committed that foul, but reached in on Anthony Thomas, so the foul was called.
Titans inbound the ball now. Donlow with it. Spinner, top of the key. Over to Anthony Thomas now, near side. Thomas looking for something here. And Doug Smith has the ball just taken right out of his hands by Mumford. Mumford goes all the way down, gets the layup.
Yeah, Doug didn't meet the pass there. Anthony was a little slow on the pass. Good anticipation by Mumford, step into the passing lane, gets an easy layup. Titans got to be a little more crisp with their passing.
Anthony Thomas now over to Donlow. Donlow trying to make a move. Good defense, but they say dribbled it out of bounds. That was Feinberg forcing Donlow out of bounds there, so Thomas More ball.
Yeah, I still think that might be a matchup for a good matchup for us, but Ben kind of lost a little handle on the dribble there and got close to the.
And Spinner's going to get called for whacking the hands of Stafford.
One thing that I think both teams have to figure out right now, Bradford, is that they're calling them pretty tight.
They are.
And, you know, we played only almost 4 minutes, and there's 4 fouls already called. And a couple have been kind of those touch fouls away from the basket out on the floor. So players will have to adjust. Once you see that, you got to adjust.
Nice move inside by Stafford, but no good for the Saints. Westminster basketball.
I think Ben Donlow got a hand in there as Stafford was going to the basket and was able to touch it off of his leg, and it went out of bounds on Stafford. So
Martino checking into the game for Doug Smith here for the Titans. And here comes Thomas More playing a bit of a man press, it seems like.
Yeah, it's kind of a soft pressure, but it's in the man-to-man.
Martino hands off to Thomas. Thomas.
Martino usually a starter.
Thomas looking for something here. Back to Martino. Hands it off to Carswell. Back to Martino. Back out to Thomas now. Setting up the play. Anthony Thomas takes the long-range three. No good. Hits back iron. Rebound by Feinberg. Now here comes Ryan Ham quickly up the court. Feinberg gets it down low to Stafford. Stafford guarded closely by Carswell.
5 seconds.
And Coach Ondeko's standing up like, what are you doing?
I think it was 5 or 6 seconds there for sure, closely guarded. He had every right to be questioning that one.
And Anthony Thomas just puts it right out of the reach of Carswell. So Saints basketball. Daniel Whalen checking into the game for the Saints. Doug Smith checking back in for Anthony Thomas. And Todd Croman checking into the game for the Saints. And here comes Ruben King for the Titans.
Ruben had a great game last week here on our broadcast, and also an excellent game at Grove City. Really helped give our team a great chance to win.
And Feinberg just takes it all the way to the basket. He's going to be fouled.
Carswell.
That's Carswell's, is that his first or second? That's his first foul of the game.
Yeah, we got to stop Feinberg a little quicker. We can't let him get that kind of head of steam going up in there. He's pretty athletic.
Feinberg's first shot is good. Joseph Marshall checking into the game. 6'3" sophomore from Dayton, Ohio, checking into the game for the Saints. Thomas Moore making the long drive all the way from Crestview Hills, Kentucky. As Feinberg's second shot is good. Here come the Titans. Martino with the ball. Hands it off to Doug Smith. Over to Carswell now. Down low to Donlow. Back door to Carswell, and he gets it, goes right up with it.
Great hands by Adam Carswell there to come up with that pass and also to get enough, his shoulder squared enough to get a shot to the hoop.
And looks like Doug Smith and Feinberg's legs, a little inadvertent contact there, but he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, he went down, and they're going to call that when, when that happens, obviously.
Jalen Clark checking into the game for Thomas Moore.
Coach Rogers wasn't real happy there with Joseph Marshall's defense on Adam Carswell last time, so he was only in there for about 7 seconds.
Thomas Moore with it now. Trying to set something up. Mumford with it, top of the key. He's going to drive the lane. Tries to float a shot from the foul line. No good. Scrum on the floor for the rebound, and Thomas Moore gets it.
Got a couple Titans leaking out there. They got to stay in there and rebound. We can't take off till we secure the ball.
Whalen with it now. Looking for something to happen. Drives baseline, no good. They get it out, but Donlow smacks it away. Whalen gets his own rebound. Ball still stays with Thomas Moore.
Yeah, we got to get some blockouts here. Now they're getting all these second shots. This usually turns into a bad thing.
Feinberg with it now. And he traveled. I thought they were going to get Martino for reaching in. He reached his hand in there real quick, but they called traveling.
Yeah, I think he took the step for the travel first, and then I think you're right. I think it would have been a foul on Martino if he hadn't traveled first. So both teams kind of settling down here after a couple flurry of threes early by both teams, with Spinner hitting a couple and Ham hitting a couple, and basket's a little harder to come by right now.
Try to get it down low to Martino, but no good. They call another travel. Feinberg this time.
Yeah, I think that was a good call. He grabbed the ball, he had a steal, and he started taking off, and he didn't put the ball on the floor.
Ball stays with the Titans. Spinner inbounds it to Reuben King.
Both teams struggling here turnover-wise.
Reuben King takes a long three-pointer, hits off side of the basket, but Adam Carswell comes out of nowhere and puts it right back up.
I know that that wasn't the plan. I think Reuben was going for the foul, and he thought he got fouled, and something made the ball hit the side of the backboard, but it certainly worked out for the Titans.
As head coach of the Thomas More Saints takes a timeout, we're just going to keep it right here. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for our weekly sports talk show. It's basketball season, so it's all about basketball on WCN. Reuben King will be our player guest tomorrow. I'll sit down with Coach Ondeko and Reuben King, talk about tonight's action and action from Saturday's game against Grove City. And Connor Kobus will sit down with head coach of the women's team, Roseanne Scott, and one of the women basketball players for the other segment of the show. Thomas More basketball here. Big pass over to Mumford. Down low to Feinberg.
Titans in their 2-3 zone now. A little change in defense.
Nice steal by Martino. Here he comes all alone. Rebound no good, but Doug Smith was trailing right behind him, puts it right back up. And Jeff Rogers, head coach of the Saints, is not happy right now at all.
Yeah, he doesn't like the hustle on his team right now. Full timeout, Bradford.
We'll take a timeout of our own. You're on the home of Titan basketball, Westminster Cable Network.
Imagine a day away from home unwinding in the Amish countryside. Spend the afternoon exploring the rich Amish culture. Wrap yourself in a cozy handmade quilt. Discover an orchard that dates back 150 years. Enjoy the freshest local produce. Treat yourself to great home cooking. Relax along the Neshannock Creek. Visit New Wilmington. the heart of Western Pennsylvania's Amish country.
This message is a community service from the New Wilmington Chamber of Commerce and WCN.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Titans have a 5-point lead right now over the visiting Thomas More Saints.
Different change in defense now, 1-3-1 zone for the Titans.
Burlekamp with the ball now, over to Ham. Now Pipes down in the corner, and they're going to call Spinner for kicking.
Coach Rogers going deep into his bench here early, trying to find a combination of people that he's been a little disappointed with their rebounding and in their ball handling.
Thomas More mishandles the ball. Titans come up with it.
One of the things the Titans do best is force turnovers, and they've forced already 7 here, not even halfway through the first half.
Doug Smith looking for some help here. Finally gets some separation, pulls up for the three-pointer, and he sinks it. Titans take the 8-point lead.
We used to call that shake and bake in my day. I don't know what they call it now, but he was definitely putting some moves on and got a wide open 3 and made the Saints pay.
Pipes with it on the far side now. Get it down low to Stafford.
Good double team by Doug Smith to go down. Don't let Stafford get into the hoop.
And they force Stafford out of bounds, so Titan basketball.
Again, the Titans playing some excellent defense, forcing some turnovers. 8 turnovers so far on Thomas More. Boy, that gives the Titans a lot of extra offensive opportunities.
Here comes Anthony Thomas and the Titans. Hands it off to Doug Smith. Over to Martino now. Martino's just going to find a hole and drive, but his layup was no good. A bad pass from the Saints, and Anthony Thomas just hustles down the court. Needs some help here. Thomas More steals it back. And Spencer Burlekamp goes up, gets the layup, but they're going to call Anthony Thomas for the foul here.
Yeah, they're going to get an and 1 there. That's a tough situation there. We turned it over. They turned it over. Anthony stole it, but before he could kind of corral it and get it to somebody else, they double-teamed him, and he turned it over, and then he also fouled. They score. So a big swing here.
And Burlekamp's shot is good. Kendall Hunter checking into the game now for Anthony Thomas.
Somewhat uncharacteristic for the Titans, too. They have 5 turnovers, so both teams struggling a little bit here, taking care of the ball.
Thomas More now in their full court press. Kendall Hunter gets it across the line. Here he comes. Hands it off to Spinner, long three-pointer, and he airballed it. Went off of Carswell's arm, so Saints basketball.
From our angle, it looked like it was right on target.
It did look like it was right on target.
It was just short, you know. Yeah, that's one of the things you can tell. But I mean, he had it right on line, but just not quite enough oomph in the shot.
Here comes Ryan Ham over to Burlekamp now.
Titans still 1-3-1 here with Kendall at the top and Ronnie on the baseline. Ronnie Martino.
Rankin passes across court to Pipes, down low to Stafford.
Got to watch this guy, Ham.
Over to Ham. Now Rankin in the corner, hits back rim, no good. Spinner comes down with the rebound.
Just got to find Ham in that zone because he can shoot the 3. We know that.
Over to Martino, and he's going to be fouled as he goes up to get the pass.
14 foul on the Saints, 4 on the Titans as we near the halfway mark of the first half.
So Doug Smith is going to inbound the ball for the Titans. Get it over to Martino.
This could end up for a shot with for Max if this is run right.
Kendall with it now. Spinner, top of the key, finds some room, just throws it up. Carswell's there down low, and he puts it in.
Perfect. Nice play by Max Spinner. We've looked for that in a couple of games, and sometimes I don't think we've made the pass well. It does take a good pass there. He throws it up there and lets Carswell collect it and lay it in.
Titans in their zone again. Ham wide open on the near side.
Got to find him. Don't sag too much off him.
Back over to Burlekamp. Ham with it now. Top of the key. Over to Burlekamp. Rankin takes it down low. Dishes it out. Burlekamp top of the arc. Ham down low for the three-pointer, and he sinks it.
What did we say about Ham? We got to find him. we're playing really hard. You can't fault that. We're playing really hard, hustling, but you still have to locate that shooter and figure out, maybe cheat towards him and force somebody else to take that shot.
Doug Smith, long three-pointer, front of the rim, no good. Thomas More gets the rebound. Here they come the Saints. Ham over to Burlekamp. Over to Croman for the three-pointer, no good, hits back rim. Carswell sticks his paw out there, gets the ball. Titan basketball.
Croman's 5th in the conference in three-point shooting percentage. The Saints overall as a team are number 1 in the PAC in three-point shooting percentage, obviously led by Ham.
Martino pulls up at the foul line for a little jumper, and it falls for him. Titans right now have a 6-point lead.
Everybody contributing at the offensive end and at the defensive end right now. Good deflection there by Doug Smith.
Ball stays with the Saints. Ham inbounds at the Burlekamp. Down low. Back out to Burlekamp. Inside, good job getting in the way of that pass was Martino. And the ball was just out of the reach of Kendall Hunter. Titans really hustling to the ball right now.
That pass was just a little too far ahead. Doug Smith's pass to Kendall, a little out of reach. And a lot of hustle, as you said, Bradford.
Burlekamp over to Ham. This one from the parking lot, and he sinks another one.
Okay, he's got 12 of their 21 with 4 threes.
Thomas More pulling within 3.
4 for 4, I might add, too. He hasn't missed any yet. So
Martino down low into the corner for Kendall Hunter. Hits back rim, no good. Rankin with the ball now. Driving the lane, throws up the layup, and it's good.
Yeah, Doug Smith made an error there. He kind of went up to get the steal and then couldn't recover, and that gave Rankin a pass to the hoop.
Thomas More on a bit of a run, so Coach Ondeko calls a timeout. We'll take a timeout of our own and be right back here for some more fast-paced basketball action here on the home of Titan Sports, the Westminster Cable Network.
Can't make it to the game? We've got a solution. Just tune in with the Titans. Watch the Westminster Cable Network or visit WCNlive.com. Don't forget to tune in with the Titans.
Westminster was founded in 1852 as one of the nation's earliest coeducational colleges. Our timeless mission of developing individuals intellectually, spiritually, and socially has helped Westminster become one of the country's top liberal arts colleges. Experience tradition the Westminster way.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. This has been the best game I've seen so far this season. A lot of up and down the court action. Both teams really hustling to the ball right now. Thomas More on a bit of a run right now, pulling within 1 point of the Titans. Titans only have a 1-point lead right now. I think their biggest margin was something like 8 or 9 earlier in the game.
And both teams shooting the ball extremely well. Titans at 59%. Thomas More at 62, and they are a red-hot 67% from the three-point line. Difference right now is the Titans have forced a few more turnovers, gotten a few more opportunities, and so they do have this 1-point lead. But I'd like to see them reestablish that a little bit more as we play these last 8 minutes of the first half.
Titan basketball. Here we go. Martino inbounds it to Thomas. It's Martino, Thomas, Doug Smith, Carswell, and Spinner for the Titans. Nice pick from Adam Carswell. Doug Smith open in the corner, no good.
Set play out of the timeout, got Doug a good look in the corner. Unable to make the connection. Titans go back to a man-to-man defense now.
Ham with it now, over to Rankin. They get it down low to Feinberg. And Anthony Thomas just takes it right out of his hands.
Yeah, good double team. He didn't come right away, and he let Feinberg kind of spin around. When he came back around, Anthony was right there to take it from him. Feinberg is matched up with, or Doug Smith's matched up on Feinberg.
Martino with it now, over to Spinner. Spinner makes a spin move inside, but he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket. So he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Good aggressive move by Max, attacking the basket. Does a good job of penetration and causing some action in there.
There's Spinner's first shot. Spins right out of the rim. 7 minutes, just over 7 minutes here left in the first half of this game. Titans still with that 1-point lead. There's a second shot from Spinner, no good. And a jump ball called as Anthony Thomas and Colt Stafford went for the ball. Possession error is going to favor the Saints as Donlow checks into the game for Spinner.
Still great hustle there by Anthony, though, and that gives us the next alternating possession, so that's certainly a good play. Titans coming up full court pressure on this dead ball situation.
Ham looking for some help here. Mishandled the ball was Whalen. They get it back. Feinberg with it now, and he just slowly dribbles to the basket. But he's going to be fouled as he goes up for that shot.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 on Carswell, and he not only fouled him, but he made the hoop and has a chance to convert to 3-point play. And the one thing we were talking about, we can't get Adam Carswell in foul trouble in this game. And he does have 2 now, so I think coach is going to make a substitution.
Yep, Spinner checking into the game for Carswell. Whalen checking into the game for the Saints. And Thomas More has the 1-point lead right now as Feinberg's at the line.
So Ben Donlow at 6'4" now is our biggest Titan in there, and he did collect that rebound, but we're going to have to work hard at that defensive glass to not give them some second shots here.
Donlow with it now. Over to Martino, top of the arc. Doug Smith with it now. Over to Spinner, fakes the shot, drives inside, finds some separation, just puts it right up from the foul line. Titans take the 1-point lead.
I think Max shot that with his left hand. As you know, he can shoot it with either hand, it looks like. So sometimes he shoots it with both hands.
Titans still in their full court press.
Find Ham over here on this side. He's over here on this side.
He's wide open.
Come on.
Martino got there just in time as they get it down low to Colt Stafford. He easily just breaks the double team. Coach Ondeko's looking at the referee like
he's thinking that should be a travel, but I think it's just a step-through move, which as long as he releases the ball before he takes the next step, you know, it's a legal play. We shouldn't allow him to do that.
Donlow with it now. Spinner in the corner, long 3-pointer, and he sinks it.
I think that one might have been right-handed. I'm not sure.
Titans with a 2-point lead now.
Max having a great first half. That's 11 for him.
Whalen with it now. Over to Stafford. Good job by Martino getting right in the passing lane. They're going to say he double dribbled there.
Yeah, he knocked it down with a single hand and then collected it with both hands, and they counted that first one as a dribble. And then when he took off again with the dribble, they called the double dribble. Tough break for Ronnie. He was right there in the passing lane. One of the best in the PAC at getting steals.
Ham with it now, looking to set up the play for the Saints. And Doug Smith's leg just got right in the passing lane that time. So the ball stays with the Saints. Ham with it. Inbounds it to Whalen. Whalen over to Burlekamp. Down low to Mumford. Over to Stafford now. No good. Keeps the ball, got his own rebound. He goes back up with it, and he's going to be fouled again.
One of the things we should do probably in that situation, he's so bigger and much bigger and stronger than us right now, is that I would you know, I would body him as the ball was coming to him as opposed to waiting for him to catch it and go up, because he's going to be too strong to just go ahead and shoot it, and we're going to get, you know, have these shooting fouls.
Stafford's shot is good. Thomas More with the 1-point lead. 5:16 left here in the first half. Donlow's got it now, looking for some help to break the full court press here. He gets across the timeline, slowing things up here. Guarded closely by Ham. Donlow making some nice moves. Martino wide open in the corner, over to Spinner now. And another jump ball. This time it should favor the Titans, I think.
That's correct.
And yes, the ball's going to stay with Westminster. Just under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Doug Smith inbounds it to Martino. Tried to get it back to Thomas. No good. He was double teamed. Here comes Whalen with it for Thomas More, and the rebound's no good, but Spinner goes up for the ball. Stafford comes right over the back and grabs the ball out of his hand, so ball's going to stay with the Saints.
You just can't turn and go to the glass. They got a 6'5" guy there that's going to come and rebound.
Good job by Doug Smith leaning on Mumford there, but Mumford still got the easy basket. So Thomas More with the 3-point lead right now.
You can tell the difference when Adam Carswell isn't in there right now, just from the rebounding standpoint and defensive standpoint.
Anthony Thomas takes it to the basket. No good. Rebound by Stafford.
Plus, we don't have much offensive rebounding then because Adam is one guy who will go to the offensive glass.
Burlekamp with the ball now for the Saints. Over to Mumford. Down low to Stafford.
Going to get Anthony Thomas on sliding underneath there. Drawing some contact before. That's going to be the 7th team foul, I think, on the Titans, so that will be the bonus.
5 fouls for Thomas More, 7 fouls for the Titans right now, as they just don't have an answer for the big guy, Colt Stafford. So Stafford's going to go to the line. And in and out goes the shot. Titan basketball. Thomas More still with that 3-point lead. 4 minutes left. Martino slowing things down now for the Titans. Over to Reuben King. Back out to Martino. Hands it off to Doug Smith. Smith trying to drive inside. No good, but he finds a streaking Martino to the basket who just takes it up for the layup.
It looked like Doug was in trouble, and Ronnie made a great cut, and Doug had a great find on the cut.
Ham with it now for the Saints.
Titans go back to a 2-3 zone here.
Titans cut the lead to 1 point now. Whalen with it, takes it to the basket, goes up, gets the layup.
That shouldn't happen against the zone defense. They shouldn't have a direct wing drive right to in there for a layup, but I know we were trying to get around Stafford there. He's a big guy to get around.
Martino with it now for the Titans. Over to Reuben King, over to Doug Smith. Hands it off to Reuben King. King just lost the basketball, gets it back, but
good anticipation by Whalen there, number 10 for Thomas More. He knew that on the loose ball that he was going to spin out of that and try to make a pass to the corner, and he got right in the passing lane.
That's Reuben King's first foul of the game. He's going to send Whalen to the line.
Whalen's a 5'10 senior. I know he's been on this program for 4 years. He's been a pretty solid guard for them, and averages about 11 a game.
And Whalen's shot is good. Thomas More lead is at 4 points right now as Carswell and Kendall Hunter check into the game.
Yeah, we're going to take a little gamble here. Coach is going to take a little gamble and put Carswell back in the game, knowing he has 2 fouls. He doesn't want the Saints to get away from him here, as they can get this lead up to 5 if Whalen converts this. And we want to, inside of 3 minutes here, we want to keep in contact here at the end of this half.
Shot hits off back rim. But Titans come down with the rebound, so Martino's going to slow things down. Hands it off to Kendall Hunter. Kendall almost had the ball taken away from him. Martino streaking to the basket along the baseline, no good, but Carswell puts it up and in, and Coach, seems like they sure missed him for those couple minutes he was out.
That's the one thing he can do, is he will go to the offensive glass, and that's one thing we were missing there, so that proved it there, is that he gives us that help.
Titans back in the 2-3 zone. Ham with it. Over to Burlekamp. Now Whalen with it. Get it inside to Stafford. Down low to Clemens. Titans get the rebound.
And that's Carswell, too, wrapping up that board as well. So he gives us that defensive glass presence as well.
Martino's got it. He's just going to drive inside. Layup. Wasn't sure if that was going to fall, but it did. Titans tie the game up right now.
Great move by Ron. He has a nice soft touch when he gets in there, and gets in there among all those big guys and is able to kiss it off the glass.
Burlekamp over to Ham. Back to Burlekamp. Back to Clemens. Whalen now's got it. Dribbles out of the corner.
Kendall Hunter find Ham on the side.
Back to Ham. Back to Burlekamp. Back to Whalen. Some good perimeter passing from the Saints right now. Cross court to Ham. Over to Burlekamp. Now Whalen with it. Back out to Burlekamp for the 3. No good. Hits back iron, but the big man Stafford's there to get it. His own rebound. Puts it back up. No good. The second and third try
Yeah, and Carswell
finally
can't
gets
do
it.
anything there. He's going to stand there, and that was smart play on his part. There's no reason for him to try to block that shot and risk picking up a third foul. Give him the basket at this point.
Martino with the long three-pointer. He sinks it inside of a minute. Titans take the 1-point lead. Ham with it now. Over to Burlekamp. Clemens with it. He's going to drive inside. Gets it out to Ham.
Got two guys chasing Ham now over there, which is good.
Whalen with it. Get it down low to Stafford. 35 seconds left. Out to Burlekamp. Now Ham with it. Inside to Clemens. And he just spins away. Doug Smith there able to get the rebound.
Play for one. Play for one shot. Titans will have the lead at halftime. As long as they don't turn it over here.
Under 20 seconds now left in the first half of this game. Martino with it for the Titans. Carswell now back to Martino. 10 seconds. Martino's going to try and drive inside out to Spinner. Spinner loses the ball. Stafford gets it out to Whalen, but time expires before he gets the shot off.
Which he made from half court, but it was waved off.
Titans enjoying the 1-point lead at halftime. We're going to take a quick break and recap the first half. You're on the home of Titan basketball, the Westminster Cable Network.
I'll be back.
Should we rank a student athlete by lap times or GPA? Hi, I'm Joe Underko, Executive Director of the President's Athletic Conference, and we say both are important. 10 schools, over 600 student athletes, all on the PAC honor roll, all with GPA 3.6 or higher. PAC athletes are awarded for excellence both on the field and in the classroom. PAC athletes, academically and athletically elite.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. This is the Titan Basketball Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Bradford Eric here with your call of the game. Now for some halftime statistics. Titans enjoying the 1-point lead right now over the visiting Thomas More Saints from Crestview Hills, Kentucky. Titans need to watch out for the fouls right now as they have 8. Thomas More's only got 4, but the Titans are really forcing the turnovers right now. Thomas More, 12 turnovers. The Titans with 10. Your leading scorers for the Titans right now are Adam Carswell with 11 and Max Spinner with 11. Spinner going 3 of 4 from the three-point line, and Adam Carswell a solid 5 of 5 from the field. It's basketball season, ladies and gentlemen, as the season winds down here in the President's Athletic Conference. Only a few more games, but there are going to be some tough ones for the Titans as they still have Bethany and Geneva. Geneva, one spot ahead of the Titans right now in the standings. Bethany, second place in the standings, so some tough basketball left for the Titans as they round out their season. Coach Jim Daffler, my partner in crime up here, did an interview before the show. Let's take a look at that right now.
Welcome at halftime here, and our halftime guest tonight is Kevin Soroki. Kevin is an alum, former basketball player here at Westminster, graduate in 1993, played on some great teams here, averaged almost 20 wins a year back in those days. But Kevin, first of all, welcome.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Good to have you back here at Westminster.
Great.
I want to talk first about you had an opportunity to do some things to extend your playing career after Westminster, and I'd like for you to talk a little bit about that.
Well, I was fortunate enough to play 8 years in the professional league in Belize, Central America. I didn't get an opportunity to go there until 1996, but I kept playing out of school and playing in different men's leagues. And what they say, I got lucky, but I told everybody hard work plus the opportunity makes you have luck. Yeah. So I've been very fortunate.
How many years did you play professionally in Belize?
I played 8 years. 8
years professionally. And great experience. Other American players, a lot of players from everywhere.
Right. I've got opportunity to play with a lot of Division I players from all over the world. We're allowed 2 foreigners per team, when most of them are Americans, and the rest were local guys. And the local guys are they're not as fundamentally sound, but athletic as heck.
Yeah. Now, following your playing career, you've had some other opportunities in Belize. So you've been doing some coaching down there now. Tell us about that.
Well, I've had an opportunity to coach the Belize national team for about 10 years, and we've tried to qualify for this year's Olympics in 2012. We ended up getting beat by Team Puerto Rico with J.J. Barraro and the big timers.
Pretty good player.
Yeah, very good players. And so we had an opportunity to do that. And then I've been coaching at the University of Belize for 5 years. Now I'm at Galen University.
Okay. How would you compare the basketball at Galen, University of Belize? Say, compare that to Division I, Division II, Division III here in the States.
We're probably right, maybe a lower Division II.
Okay.
Level, maybe between NAI and Division II.
Okay.
So we could probably compete, depending what years we have and the players we have, or the night we have.
Right. Right. Now, it's basketball season here. We're getting ready for March Madness. What's the basketball schedule like in Belize at this time of the year?
Well, when I get back home, that's when we'll start our season up. We're a little bit different. We have more of a spring-summer. We don't actually have like a actual organized schedule. So we do a lot of traveling through Central America. I'll be in Cozumel, Cancun next couple weeks, then Salvador, Guatemala. So it's do a lot of traveling, get to see a lot of things. And the great thing about it is my players get to experience a lot of different countries where they don't get, you don't get to do that around here.
Yeah, well, that's terrific. Now, is that something you think you want to continue to do? What's in the future for you in coaching and especially in basketball?
Yeah, see how it goes down here. I got an opportunity to coach some professional basketball in Bolivia in the month of December, win a championship there. So, things been going really well, but hopefully someday I can get back around to the States sometime and pursue a different coaching level up here.
Okay, great. I'm gonna shift gears just a little bit to finish up here. Yes. I know that it's been I did my math here a little bit. It's been 20 years.
20 years.
Does it seem like 20 years since you played here at Westminster?
I can't believe it. I was just here yesterday, talking with Coach Ondenko and watching practice. And I remember back in the days when Coach Ondenko and I playing together and going against other great players who we played with, Michael Dowles and different guys, and we used to, go after in practice. And so these guys did the same thing yesterday in practice. So it's a great experience to be back again, and I can't wait to watch the game tonight. Yeah.
Now, tonight is also our last home game for the men's team and senior night for Max Spinner. Any memories? Can you remember your senior night? I know it's 20 years ago.
The funny thing about it, I thought you said when you opened up the interview, I thought you said, he averaged 20, and I thought it was going to be points. And I know I didn't do that. So I know it was great. We averaged about 20 wins a year, so it was great. In my senior year, I came with 8 freshmen, and I was the only senior left. And I think we surprised Coach yourself and Coach Gal with winning 21 games my senior year. Yeah. And the funniest part about it is we played, I think, Penn State, it wasn't Barron or one of the teams, I think it might have been Penn State Barron that night, and I scored 18 points. It was my career high.
On senior night.
On senior night.
That would have been great.
I think Coach Ondenko and Rob Carmody, those guys, just gave me the ball on purpose and told me to score.
You mentioned Coach Ondenko a couple times. Tell everybody what kind of player he was.
Coach Ondenko was a heck of a player. I used to come down the floor, and I couldn't wait to give him the ball, because I know he's going to put the ball in the hole if he was driving it, or he's a heck of a shooter. Yeah. He's a heck of a competitor, and that's why I love playing with him.
You also mentioned Mike Dowds, and at one time Mike was the all-time leading scorer. Now he got surpassed here by Craig Hannon a couple years ago, but you played with Mike, 6'7", big man, could do a little bit of everything, and you had a chance to play with Mike as well.
Yeah, I was very fortunate, again, playing with some great players. My freshman, I played with some great players, and Jamie Ryle, John Fitzioris, but Mike Dowds was, he was our go-to guy. Right. And it was great because, again, we'd feed him the ball, and we didn't have any other questions. Coach Gallo, every time I'd shoot it, he'd tell me, give the ball to Mike Dowds.
Well, it's great reliving some of those memories and talking about some of those names. One thing I forgot to mention, maybe I'll finish with this. Okay. One other opportunity you got in Belize that I know is a young lady by the name of Nicole. And I would be remiss not to mention that to her, because I've met her, and what a great young lady she is.
Well, the funny part about it is every time we meet, introduce her to somebody new, and ask me how I got introduced to her, I said, well, she was a groupie, she should come to the pro games. But when I turned my back, she said she lost a bet and she had to go watch one of the games.
Go out with you.
But she's a great lady. We've been married almost 10 years now, and she's a beautiful wife.
Well, Kevin, again, it's great to have you back here on campus. Glad you're here for the games. Wish you well in all of your future in basketball and in your professional life, everything you have to do.
Thank you very much, Coach Stafford. Okay. Thank you very much for everything you've done, because you're a heck of a coach. And
thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. We're going to switch gears a little bit here. Basketball season, as I said, winding down. Only a few more games left for these Titans. But coming up after basketball season will be the track season, and Westminster has a pretty good track program here. They've done well in the past few years, so let's take a look at the Westminster College men's and women's track and field teams.
At a small school like Westminster, it's not uncommon for some athletes to participate in multiple sports. Many people know Zach Henry as the kicker for the Titan football team. What some people don't realize is that he is also a member of the 4x100 meter relay team for track and field.
I'm dead already. So tired.
Henry and fellow runners Shane Peterson, JJ Faltot, and Forrest Mintier took gold at the PAC Championships.
He got more than last year. Whatever meet that was, he got more than last year.
I sat down with the team to find out what it takes to have a successful relay team.
I guess the last indoor.
There's a lot more little parts that can go wrong, and you have to practice a lot more, little aspects, handoffs, everything, and also the fact that 3 other people are relying on you to get your part done also comes into it a lot. You don't want to disappoint anyone.
When I asked what was most important to winning in a relay, I got the same answer from all 4 members.
Well, 4x1's definitely the handoffs, because if you mess the handoff off, then you're done.
Handoffs are definitely the most important part. You can be the 4 fastest guys out there, but if you don't have good handoffs, it can take your time down 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
One great handoff can make an entire race just go amazing.
I'd say handoffs. I'm pretty sure all the other guys have probably already said that, but it's really important to make sure your handoffs are super smooth.
I wanted to take a closer look at the handoffs, so I had the guys demonstrate for me. I'm here with Shane and JJ, and you guys all said that the handoff is the most important part of winning 4x100 meter relay. So I want you to walk me through what it takes to successfully complete a handoff.
All right, it may seem simple, but it comes down to trust, and handoff can make the difference between a good relay and a bad relay. But it comes down to the person that's getting the handoff has to trust the person giving the handoff. You have to trust your mark and take off as fast as you can as soon as your person hits that mark, and just trust that the person's going to catch you.
If all goes well, it should look something like this. With the chemistry they have built up, Henry, Peterson, Mintier, and Faltot look to pile up victories in the future. I'm Josh Dunn for Titantown Sports.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Just a few minutes left here in halftime. As we take a look at some stats here on the screen, Titans enjoying that 1-point lead right now. Getting a little bit out-rebounded, though, by 15-12 there. And I think a little bit of that has to do with Adam Carswell not being in the game for a few minutes, Coach.
Yeah, I think that was a huge thing. I had a chance to talk to Dr. Huey there at halftime, and he was saying about, just as you'd said, boy, what a great game this has been so far. And I was remarking as we had talked that, it takes more than one guy, obviously, to win a basketball game. But when Adam wasn't in there, we lost our lead. When Adam came back into the game, we were able to regain the lead just because of the size of Thomas More and their rebounding proficiency. They've got those big guys, and we just need to balance that off a little bit. As you can look at the stats, boy, both teams are shooting excellent shooting percentage.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans over 60% from the floor, and 45 is great from the three-point line. Of course, the Thomas More Saints are 57, but they've only shot 7, so we actually have one more 3, and I'll take that. At this point, Ham had those 4 quick ones in maybe the first 6 or 7 minutes of the game, and that's been it. Nobody else has hit one for them. And I think the rebounding, at 3, the differential is, the Titans have forced 12 turnovers, and so they forced a couple more turnovers than what they have, so that's made it balanced, and I think that's why you got the kind of game you got. You got a 1-point game, anybody's game at this point, and we'll see what second half holds for us.
Speaking of rebounding and the big guys down low, taking a look at some stats here, Coach. Colt Stafford, 3 offensive rebounds. Adam Carswell with 2 offensive rebounds. So, even though Stafford's got maybe 100 pounds on Carswell, the Titans are keeping right with the Saints, and the Titans lost to Thomas More earlier in the season by 9 points. So look for the Titans to keep this one pretty close here so they can pull out the victory.
Yeah, that was a game that the Titans it was a closer game than 9. It was one of those games where you started fouling at the end of the game to try to come back. And as I said, we'd had a lead in the second half about midway through, and then it kind of waited from us at the end. This will sound like a wise guy kind of comment about the big guys, but Stafford has 3 offensive rebounds, but he's missed 3 shots, and I think a couple of his rebounds were his own missed shots. Adam Carswell's 5 for 5, so the 2 offensive rebounds he's got is from somebody else's missed shot. So when you think about it from the long run, Carswell's doing a good job. He's getting there, he's getting some extra shots, and that's not taking anything away from Stafford. He's a load, and we're going to have to deal with him. And the great thing is that Feinberg is their leading scorer, and he's just been held to 4 points. Now, he only played 9 minutes, and I think Coach Rogers was a little, should we say, upset with Mr. Feinberg and his efforts defensively and in rebounding. And so we'll see if the halftime talk there does anything to change that.
The second half of this game just about to get underway here at Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Thanks for joining us here this evening. Bradford Eric here alongside Coach Jim Daffler with your call of the game. Titans 1 point lead as Thomas More is going to get the ball to start off the second half. Great game here. I don't know whether we got to notice this or not, but at halftime we did have an opportunity to recognize the PAC student athletes, PAC Academic Honor Roll student athletes, 3.6 during their semester fall sports. So 36 student athletes from Westminster earned that designation. That was great. Congratulations to those students. And here are the Saints. Clemens with it. Titans starting out in their 1-3-1 defense. They had some success with this, but that was a bad angle and a good adjustment by Thomas More to throw that diagonal pass. Clemens open down low and gets the easy rebound. Here come the Titans. Thomas More with that 1 point lead right now. Martino. Martino getting the start in the second half. Don Loke, who started the game, is not starting this half. Long three-pointer from Spinner. Bounces around on the rim. No good. Here comes Clemens with it now. Over to Ham. Now over to Mumford. Back to Ham. Clemens down low. Drives baseline. Goes for the reverse layup, and he gets it. Yep, that's Anthony can't allow that penetration past him, because once it gets past him, there's nobody there to give help. So 2 quick ones for the Saints here to take a 3-point lead. Coach might get out of the 1-3-1 on a possession or two here now. We'll see. Doug Smith with it, top of the key. Back to Martino. Martino finds some room. He drives inside, and his shot just rolls right off the front of the rim. He drew some contact there from Stafford, but Stafford didn't move when he hit him, and Ronnie got the worst part of that. They get it down low to Feinberg, and he makes a move and goes right up for the basket, and he gets it. Thomas More right now with the 5-point lead. Yeah, 3 straight baskets, all right at the rim, right around the rim. The Titans have got to take that away. Anthony Thomas over to Carswell. In the corner to Spinner. Spinner gets out of the corner. Carswell with it at the foul line. And they say no shot. Would have been one in the NBA. We know that, because that would have been continuation. He was definitely into the movement. But judgment call there by the official saying that Adam was still not in the act of shooting when the contact occurred. Martino with it now. Doug Smith, 3-pointer from the corner, side of the rim, no good. Spinner gets the rebound, goes back up for it. No foul called. Feinberg gets the second rebound. Yeah, no foul, because it's a 6'2" guy going up against a 6'7" guy, and Feinberg just waited for Max to shoot it. Titans automatically going to that double team. Oh. As a late whistle here. Yeah, Doug Smith's leg once again got in the passing lane there. I wish we could have declined that one so we could get the break there. That was almost one of those inadvertent kicks. But, the Saints inbound the ball. Clemens with it now. Just hands it off to Ham. Cross court.
2-3 now to try to take away some of that stuff right at the basket.
Good job by Doug Smith. Just batting that ball out of Colt Stafford's hands.
Got numbers. Had numbers.
Martino takes a step outside the three-point line and sinks it from the corner.
Big hit there. Titans needed that to get first basket here. Went 2.5 minutes without scoring, so Ronnie's 3 helped there to cut the lead back to 2.
Titans pull back within 2 points.
Almost a turnover there, again, the pressure.
Feinberg with it at the foul line. Jumper, front rim, no good. Clemens gets the rebound. Excuse me, Mumford gets the rebound, but he's going to be fouled.
By Carswell.
That's Carswell's 3rd foul of the game.
And the Titans didn't do a good job there on the rebound, and Feinberg kept it alive, and it ended up with Mumford, and then he drew the foul on Carswell, so they almost have to take Adam back out here now again, Bradford.
I think they are, yep. Donlow's checking into the game for Carswell now. Mumford's first shot is good. Thomas Moore takes a 3-point lead.
Well, we got to watch this again now, because when this happened in the first half, we went from up 5 to down 5, and right now we're down 4, so.
And they're going to call another foul here.
Feinberg and Max were tied up here on the kind of the rebound, and Feinberg gave him a little shove, extra measure. So the official said that's too much, so called a technical foul on Feinberg, which will also be a personal foul in terms of a team foul. So the Titans will get 2 and possession of the ball. Since they had possession of the ball, they'll retain possession. I think they'll call this what's called a flagrant 1, which means 2 shots. And they're just trying to determine where the ball's going to be put in play after this. Coach Kerr's asking that. Doug Smith's going to shoot the technical. He's the Titans' leading free throw shooter, free throw percentage shooter on the season.
All right, there's the shot, and it's good. Titans pull within 3 now. And there's the second one, sinks it again.
The Titans got a chance to make this a 4 or 5 point play possession. So down 4, cut it to 2, tie it up or go ahead here on this possession.
Okay, so Smith inbounds it to Anthony Thomas. Here comes Thomas. Hands it off to Doug Smith. Over to Martino. Back to Doug Smith. Pulls up for the 3-pointer. No good. Hits off the backboard. So Titans can only get 2 points out of that play. Here comes Ham and the Saints. Out to Feinberg. Now over to Mumford. And Mumford traveled. So Titan basketball.
This has been a pretty consistent call. I think the players are frustrated a little bit, but it's been a pretty consistent call through the night. You know, if you take off and you haven't started that dribble, they're going to call the travel. And I think that's exactly what Mumford did.
Martino with it now for the Titans. Out to Donlow. Looked like he almost wanted to take that 3-pointer, but he goes in, gets the basket, and he's fouled on the way there.
And I think, all right, we don't see that call much anymore. They're going to count the basket, and they're still going to give the foul to Donlow. So they're saying he released the ball before the foul. And that used to be the call. Then they went away from it. Almost everything was player control. But I know this was called against us in a game earlier this year. I can't remember who it was. But we'll take the basket.
Titans in their full court press as Stafford just pushes Donlow out of the way for the basket. Titans still down by 2 right now.
Yeah, Stafford, that's a mismatch.
Doug Smith with it.
It's going to be a problem for us, that's for sure.
Over to Martino. Now Donlow. Long 3-pointer. Hits front rim. No good. Ball batted around, but Feinberg able to come down with it. Colt Stafford wide open, and he just goes up for the easy layup. Thomas Moore gets their lead up to 4 right now. Anthony Thomas trying to slow things down right now for the Titans. Gets it in the corner to Doug Smith for the 3-pointer. Side rim, no good. Clemens gets the rebound. They get it off to Ham. And Ham's just going to wait for things to settle up here. Clemens wide open on the near side of the three-point line. Shot hits side of the rim, no good. Titans able to get the rebound.
Well, we got a break there because both Stafford and Feinberg are underneath the basket. They kind of tipped it away from each other.
Martino's got it now for the Titans. Trying to find some separation here. Spinner's got it in the corner. He just takes it, and then Feinberg just bats the ball right out of his hands. But it's going to stay with the Titans here. Kendall Hunter checks into the game for Doug Smith right now. Smith kind of having a tough night here, not really able to find much success shooting.
Yeah, he's had a couple good looks there, but haven't been able to drop them. Give Kendall some opportunities there. Doug's 1 for 6 from the three-point line.
Donlow's got it, and he gets into the foul line. Gets it back out to Spinner for another long three-pointer. Side of the rim, no good. Martino able to keep the ball in bounds. Nice play by him. Titans get a new shot clock. All right, Anthony Thomas has got it for the Titans now. Trying to find some separation. Just takes it all the way in for the layup, and he gets it. Titans cut the lead to 2.
Good penetration by Anthony, and he does finish, and he finishes high at the basket. Titans going to go man-to-man here now, so it's going to be interesting matchups here trying to find. We got Anthony Thomas on Feinberg, so he's giving away about 5 inches, and Donlow's got, well, now he switched on to Feinberg. Anthony's got Stafford at 6'5".
Feinberg just makes a nice spin move at about the foul line, and he gets the shot.
That's going to be a tough matchup, obviously, for us there, but it was a tough shot. I mean, Ben gave him a little pressure, but he shot it from about 4 feet.
Anthony Thomas gets some separation, takes the three-pointer, hits off the backboard. No good.
Titans have gotten a lot
Good
colder.
job by Kendall Hunter, really playing some tough defense down low.
Titans have gotten a lot colder here from the three-point line here this half.
Good job by Donlow getting into that passing lane. Spinner's got it now. Here he comes up the court. He's got some help coming with him. Martino is streaking down across the baseline. He gets the layup.
Martino doing a great job moving without the ball. That's the second hoop he's got tonight while he's cutting, while the defense is standing and following the ball. Great job by Martino.
Titans cut the lead to 3.
And a great job by Spinner to find the cutting Martino as well.
Feinberg's got it. He's triple teamed. He's still able to get that basket.
We got to get down in there a little quicker to dig on that ball a little bit and double team. You know, we're trying to get there late, and or we're trying to get there, and we're getting there late right now. We got to get there before he makes his move. As soon as that pass goes in there to double him, that's going to definitely be a mismatch.
Anthony Thomas hands it off to Kendall Hunter. Kendall finds some room, but he just loses the basketball. But I don't know, he's going to be fouled. He was pushed from behind.
He saw that out on the front. That was pretty obvious. Croman on the push.
Carswell checking back into the game now for Kendall Hunter. Kendall Hunter really giving the Titans a couple good minutes there.
So we'll give Carswell with 3 fouls. It's 12:39. I'd like to see him get about 5 or 6 minutes under his belt here before he gets another foul. He's got to play aggressively, but he's got to play smart too.
Titans inbounded to Donlow now. Looking for some separation here. Back out to Anthony Thomas.
Pretty good defense by Feinberg there on Donlow. I thought that would be a mismatch.
Anthony Thomas finds some separation, goes up to the basket, gets the basket. Titans cut the lead to 2 again.
Anthony, 2 great drives and finish high at the basket. They're trying to take the charge. Guys are falling down, and he's just jumping right over them.
Clemens with it now. Out to Stafford, top of the arc.
It's a little different now with Carswell in the game. It's a little different in the post.
Whalen on the far side. Trying to find some room here. Hands it off to Stafford.
He's going to come right at Carswell.
Mm-hmm. And he just goes right up with it.
And that's a good play by Colt Stafford because he knows Carswell's got 3, doesn't want to get his 4th, and he just took him right to the rim and power moved it in.
Anthony Thomas hands it off to Martino. Martino makes a move, drives to the basket, pulls up for the jumper, no good, but Donlow, I think that was Donlow, just paws it right back up and in for the Titans. They cut the lead once again to 2. We're going to take a quick timeout and catch our breath up here. This is a quick game here in the home of Titan basketball, the Westminster Cable Network.
The Westminster Cable Network is your only option for full coverage for high school and collegiate sports, along with the latest for campus and community news. Enjoy WCN's coverage all day, every day on WCN247.com. WCN 24/7 is also on Facebook. Find us today at facebook.com/WCN 24/7 and never miss out on Lawrence County's top stories.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Bradford Eric here alongside Coach Daffler with your call of the game. Titans right now down by 2 points. Still tons of time left here in the second half of this game. And I tell you what, this has been a quick, action-packed game right now. The teams need to watch that they don't get into too much of foul trouble, especially Adam Carswell for the Titans, as he is such a big part of their offense and defense down low.
It's a good basketball game. You know, a lot of good action. Both teams playing hard, some good shooting, although both teams have cooled off a little bit this half, especially the Titans from the three-point line. But good basketball game, and settle in here. We got 11 and a half minutes to go, 2-point game. This is a very good Thomas More team, but the Titans are playing them toe-to-toe right now.
Burlekamp with it for the Saints. He's going to get it over to Rankin. They get it down low to Feinberg. Rankin with it now.
Defensive change by the Titans, 1-3-1. We're a little bigger now with Carswell, so we should be able to watch that back line a little better.
They get it inside to Feinberg. Back to Rankin. Down low to Stafford. Now out to Whalen. He takes it into the foul line, and Rankin just puts it right up and in.
Well, at least we're forcing somebody other than Feinberg and Stafford, you know, from scoring inside there. That was Rankin in the inside.
Anthony Thomas hands it off to Martino. Martino back out to Thomas. Thomas going to try drive the baseline, gets it out to Donlow. Three-pointer from the corner, and he sinks another one. Titans pull within one.
I think Ben likes the corner probably as well as any place for that three-point shot. So good find by Anthony.
Rankin with it now. Out to Burlekamp. And Martino just got his leg right in the passing lane there. Ball's going to stay with the Saints.
And that's a good job by Ronnie. You know, kick the ball, deflect it, get deflections. He's gotten some steals out there like that. He's very good at playing that position. And that slows down their offense of trying to reverse the ball. That's one of the things you want to do against the zone is take it side to side. And if he can slow that down, that helps.
Feinberg from the corner, and he drains it. That's only a two-pointer, though. Foot was on the line.
That's big-time play there from the 6'5" junior to step out and shoot a deep shot there. It was only a two, but it's still a nice touch for the big guy.
Anthony Thomas with it. Pulls up at the foul line, floats one, doesn't fall. Saints with the rebound. Here they come. Clemens with it. Over to Feinberg at the foul line. He just drives inside and gets another point, another basket.
I shouldn't have said anything about him at halftime only having 4 points, because I think he decided to take that to heart there. He has 14, 10 this half.
Anthony Thomas with it now for the Titans. Spinner with it. Trying to find something. Martino tried to streak to the basket again. They get it back out to Donlow. Shot clock at 15. Donlow pulls up from the three-pointer, in and out. And here come the Saints. Rankin with it. Gets it out to Clemens. Good job by the Titans getting in that passing lane. Spinner's got it, and he's just going to slow it up here. Donlow with it.
Miss Carswell.
Takes it inside. Carswell wasn't really ready for that pass, but he's able to get some points out of it.
Yeah, they missed him first, but then Donlow found him after he got there into the basket, and Adam finished it. Adam 6 for 6 in this game. So
Clemens with it now. Out to Whalen, three-pointer, top of the arc. He drains it.
I think that's their first three-pointer since Ham's 4 to start the game, but not at a very timely time for the Titans, as it gives them a 6-point lead, which maybe is their largest of the game.
Anthony Thomas has got it now. Looking for something here.
The high
Makes
ball
a
screen
move.
there from Carswell.
Donlow's got it. Takes it inside, goes to the basket. He's fouled on his way up by Feinberg.
Yeah, he kind of got bailed out there by Feinberg there a little bit. I'm not sure Ben could have made that shot, but he was good to draw contact. And
And that's Feinberg's third foul of the game.
We're nearing the 8-minute mark. There hadn't been a lot of fouls in this half, but the Saints do have 5 team fouls, so the Titans can work on getting to the bonus. There's only 2 team fouls so far on Westminster, so that's a very positive thing going down the stretch here.
Donlow's first shot is good, as we see Doug Smith checking back into the game for the Titans.
I think next to Doug Smith, Ben's been one of our most consistent free throw shooters on the year as well, Bradford.
Donlow's second shot is good. Titans in their full court press again. Joseph Marshall into the game for the Titans. Good job getting in that passing lane was Donlow. Anthony Thomas has got help, and he takes it up and in for the layup. Titans pull within 2 points.
Titans on the steal with the backcourt pressure. I think Donlow got his hand on that, and Doug Smith came up with it.
16th turnover from Thomas Moore as Whalen takes it in, and a rebound taken by Donlow.
Yeah, Feinberg's out right now, and Joseph Marshall's in there, so not quite as good on the offensive glass as they were earlier.
Anthony Thomas finds a ton of room and takes it up and in.
What a nice stop and go move by Anthony Thomas. I think we're going to have a timeout here. Maybe not.
Titans tie the game up 64-all right now. Whalen's got it in the corner for 3, hits back rim, no good. But Doug Smith went just up over the back of Joseph Marshall there. He's going to be called for the foul.
That's all right. You know, really at that point, I don't think Doug's in any foul trouble, is he, Bradford?
No, I think that might be his first or second of the game there,
yeah,
Coach.
That's okay, because Marshall had inside position. That's probably just as well to foul him there and let him not get an easy offensive rebound basket. Titans can set up their defense here now. Tie game, 7:13 to go.
Jalen Clark checking into the game for the Saints. Ham is into the game now as Donlow kicked the ball.
Ham's been sitting out for quite a while. We got to find him now. We're in our 2-3 zone. Again, leading three-point shooter on the year.
And Clemens just hands it off to Ham. Ham setting the play up here. Back to Clemens. Now back to Clemens with it. Top of the arc. Drives inside to the foul line. No good, but Doug Smith just had that ball just wrenched away from him by Colt Stafford.
6'7". We don't know what he weighs, but I'm going to say he weighs 225 to 235.
That was going to be my guess, Coach.
That was not a contest there. He just ripped it away from Doug.
Martino's got it, trying to find some separation. Donlow with it. And he almost had it taken away from him, able to get it back. Titans still with the basketball here. Shot clock under 10 now. Titans need to get something here. Anthony Thomas takes it up and in again. Titans tie it up at 66. Anthony Thomas is having a stellar second half here.
They don't have an answer for him on the drive right now. He's just taking it in there amongst those big guys and finishing, and you're absolutely right. What a terrific second half for Anthony.
Ham with it now. Titans still in their 2-3 zone. Gets it over to Clemens.
Need a couple stops here to get a chance to get a lead here going into that last 5 minutes.
Back to Clemens. Shot clock under 10 now. Rankin in the corner.
Find Ham.
Get it inside to Jalen Clark. Shot no good. Hits side rim. Donlow's got the rebound. They get it out to Anthony Thomas. Coach.
They push it.
Coach wants him to push it. And he goes up and in for the dunk. Titans take the 2-point lead.
Coast to coast, Anthony Thomas, and finish with a flourish.
What a play by Anthony Thomas. He is on fire right now. Rankin with the long three-pointer, no good. Doug Smith gets the rebound. Here comes Ben Donlow. He's got Ron Martino with him. Pulls up at the foul line. Martino able to keep it in bounds, but puts it right into the hands of Rankin. Here comes Rankin now for the Saints.
I'd like to see us get a shot there. We were up 2. We were pushing. We really didn't have numbers. It was 2-on-2, but recovered here now.
Jalen Clark with it. Over to Rankin. Inside, down low. Stafford now. And they're going to get Carswell, I think, for his fourth foul.
Yep, they're going to get Carswell. Anthony almost had Stafford tied up. He just ripped it away from him, so it wasn't a held ball. And then when he took off, Adam was reaching in, so Adam's fourth.
Feinberg and Mumford checking.
Thinking coach is probably thinking we might just let Adam go at this point. No sense in setting him for a minute or two. We've got a 2-point lead.
Feinberg just takes it up, gets his own rebound,
him there,
and puts it right back up.
He can't do that though. He can't foul there. He's got to try to stay in the game.
All right.
If the Titans are tied or ahead, I think you can leave Adam in the game.
Tied at 68 all. 4.5 minutes left in the second half here.
Because we're trying to win it.
Anthony Thomas over to Doug Smith. Doug Smith trying to make something happen here. Long three-pointer, no good. Hits off the backboard.
Yeah. Doug hasn't had a great second half. I would have liked to seen us keep that ball in Anthony's hands a little longer there. A little more movement, but it's a tie game. 4 minutes to go.
Mumford open in the corner. Doug Smith able to get that rebound.
Mumford killed us down at Thomas More. He had 18 down there, I think, with 4 threes, and he's averaging like 5 on the season.
Coach John Dacre is going to call a timeout here. We're going to take a timeout of our own. 3:44 left in the second half of this game. Make sure you come back, folks, because it's a good one. You're on the home of Titan basketball, the Westminster Cable Network.
Titan Traverse wants groups of all ages and size to get a grip on leadership skills, swing into teamwork, elevate their flexibility, handle problem solving, and step up the self-confidence. Call today for your custom-made learning adventure.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Just about 4 minutes left in this contest between the visiting Thomas More Saints and your home team, the Westminster College Titans. Thomas More, third in the conference right now. 15-7 overall, 10-3 conference record. Titans 5-16 overall, 4-9 conference record. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a great game as we take a look at President Dorman over there, president of Westminster College, joining us here in Buzz Ridl Gymnasium this evening. Bradford Herrick here alongside Coach Daffler with your call of the game.
3:44 to go, tie game. Titans called timeout. Got plenty of time still in the shot clock here. 26. Want to get a good look this time. Martino, Thomas, Donlow, Spinner, and Carswell are the 5 on the floor for Westminster. We run this side out of bounds play. No, we're not going to run it. We're just going to go right into our offense here.
Martino's got the ball for the Titans.
They're looking to isolate Carswell on the low block there, but Stafford did a good job of taking that away. So we get the high ball screen here for Anthony with Donlow.
Anthony Thomas able to break the double team there. Back out to Donlow. Long three-pointer. Back rim, no good. Rankin able to get the rebound for the Saints. Here comes Ham and Thomas More.
Anthony did a good job getting out of that double team, and we had a decent look there, but couldn't get it to fall.
Feinberg with it. Over to Mumford. Inside to Rankin. Cross court to Ham. Feinberg pulls up at the foul line. Front rim, no good. Carswell is going to be fouled hard by Colt Stafford.
Okay, and that's a big foul, too, because the next one will put the Titans in the bonus here at the 3-minute mark. Good rebound by Carswell. He went high to get that one.
Okay, Titan basketball. Here comes Martino. Just under 3 minutes now. Score still tied at 68 all. Martino.
They're doubling that high ball screen and taking us out of that. We can't find the roll man. We got a mismatch behind it, but we just can't get the ball through that double team.
Martino out to Thomas. Shot clock at 10 now.
Anthony wants it by himself here. He wants to isolate it.
And he pulls up at the foul line, sinks the shot. Titans take the 2-point lead.
Anthony knew what he wanted. He got it. And made a nice one-on-one jump shot. Uh-oh.
Mismatch here as it's all the big guys as Feinberg takes it up and in for the jam. And Coach Rogers for Thomas More is going to call a timeout here. We're going to take a timeout of our own and be right back. You're on the home of Titan basketball, Westminster Cable Network.
Titan Radio would like to thank you for making it one of the top 20 college radio stations in America. There's college radio, and then there's Titan Radio. Digital 88.9.
The liberal arts work at Westminster College. Westminster graduates have a 96% placement rate. They have developed the skills needed to succeed in any field. That's what makes the liberal arts so powerful and flexible. Experience success the Westminster way.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. The score is tied at 70 apiece right now. 2:14 left in the second half of this game. Bradford Eric here alongside Coach Jim Daffler with your call to game. Thanks for joining us. And if you're just joining us, you are tuning in to one whale of a basketball game here, folks. Anthony Thomas with it for the Titans. Almost lost it there. Got it over to Donlow. Donlow gets it into the corner to Spinner for the three-pointer. Side of the rim, no good.
Right on target, just a little short. Carswell hard at the offensive glass, not able to get it. So now the Titans got to come up with a stop at their end, at the Thomas More end here.
Cross court to Ham. Down low to Stafford.
You got to watch the big guys.
Back to Ham. Rankin with it. They get it up top to Stafford. He's not able to go up.
I think they're going to get Max
shot
and Spinner, but maybe not a bad foul, really. Again, Stafford is 1 for 2 from the line on the night. And I'd rather him have to make 2 from 15 feet than a short one for 2 points from about 2 feet.
And shot is up and good. Thomas
More
takes a 1 point lead. He sunk that one, made it look easy.
Yeah.
All right, here's Stafford's second one. And no good. Spinner gets the rebound.
Okay, so pretty solid play there. We came up with only giving away 1 point. Better than giving the easy 2. So now the Titans with a basket can take the lead.
Anthony Thomas with it. Back to Spinner. Wide open for 3. No good.
And that's going to be 5 on Adam Carswell.
Yep, and Adam Carswell is done.
Titans have taken a couple threes the last couple possessions and just not finding it.
Maybe, I'm not sure here, Coach.
Yeah, that was his 5th.
I believe it's his 5th, but
yeah.
Yep, and he's done.
And Doug Smith will check in for him.
Adam Carswell played a great game. 13 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, 6 for 6 from the field. So now if we can get a miss, 1:12 to go, if we can get a miss here from Thomas More, that rebound is going to be really, really critical. So we haven't got a very big team in there. But
Stafford double team. They get it down low to Rankin, but Coach Rogers,
that might
Thomas More calls a quick timeout.
That might have helped us there because Rankin had a shot, although I'm not sure whether he missed it because the whistle blew or he was going to miss it, but he called the timeout so that there wouldn't be a held ball over there.
We're going to take a quick timeout of our own and be right back here on the home of Titan basketball, Westminster Cable Network.
You can make a difference at Westminster College. Westminster has earned the nation's highest honor for community service for 3 straight years. Classroom lessons are put into action to benefit the community. Experience service the Westminster way.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Just about a minute, maybe a little bit more than a minute left here in this game between the visiting Thomas More Saints and the home team, Westminster College Titans. Bradford Eric here alongside Coach Jim Daffler with your call of the game. Titans and Saints playing an outstanding game right now. 1 point lead enjoyed by Thomas More, making the trip all the way up here today from Crestview Hills, Kentucky.
23 seconds on the shot clock, 59.5 on the game clock. See if the Titans, what kind of defense they're going to play here. They're kind of matched up right now. A little trouble getting it in. Good trap in the corner.
And possession arrow.
They got another, no, they called it another timeout. Yeah,
called another quick timeout.
Oh, that was a good play by the Titans. That's not where you want to inbounds the ball, and I'm sure Coach Rogers is saying that's not where we want to throw it, because that was a great trap by Max Spinner, and I think Ben Donlow over on that side. I'm not sure now to remember, but certainly a good play.
We're going to take a quick timeout, another one, and be back for the final about minute of this game here on the home of Titan basketball, Westminster Cable Network. Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Bradford Eric here alongside Coach Jim Daffler with your call of the game. Just about a minute left here.
Not much has changed from the last situation.
No, it's not.
2 seconds off the shot clock and about 2 seconds off the game clock. And still the Saints ball underneath their own basket.
Titans doing a great job trapping the Saints down low.
Yeah, it was a good job there. Now it's only, the ball's going to be on the sideline now, so it's a little different situation. On one level, it's a little easier to throw it into the backcourt from here if you want to do that.
And they do. They get it into Rankin.
Titans look like they're matched up in the zone, so it looks like they're staying in the 2-3 zone.
Ham with it now. Over to Rankin. Back to Ham. Back to Rankin. He pulls up for a long three-pointer. Back rim, no good. Under a minute here. Feinberg got the rebound, but he was fouled by Spinner. So hit off the top of the backboard, and the referees say no good.
Yeah, it hit the guy wire there. So Coach Rogers isn't buying it, but that's the right call. So.
And second one, no good. Titans dodged 2 bullets there. Doug Smith gets the rebound. About 30 seconds right now.
And Doug Smith does corral that rebound. So. About a 2-second differential, shot clock and game clock.
One basket could win it for the Titans here. Donlow with it, hands it off to Martino. Martino's going to drive inside, no good, but he gets the ball away. Ham with it, and Spinner's going to foul him. Oh my, 15.8 seconds on the game clock right now. Titans just could not get a basket there.
Yeah, you'd like to see us get you'd like to get a shot in that situation, and Ronnie started driving to the basket. I thought he was just going to go ahead and take it, and then he tried to bounce it back out to Doug, and pretty good job. And I know Ham can shoot 3-pointers. I'm hoping he, well, no matter what happens here, the Titans are going to still have a chance to tie it.
And it's good. So Thomas More takes a 2-point lead. 15.8 left on the clock.
The one strategy that some coaches talk about here, the Titans are going to take a timeout, and it's going to be a 30. One of the strategies that some of the coaches talk about here, if you're Thomas More, is if you're up 3, do you foul them so that they can't make a 3, so that Westminster can't make a 3? Although we've seen the Titans miss a free throw and win the game,
right,
or at least get to overtime. They know how to do that play, or they can do it 2 times in a row. But we'll see what happens with that. 15.8 seconds is a lot of time. You probably wouldn't foul that early, but some coaches like to do that in the last 4 or 5 seconds so that a team doesn't throw in a 3 and give you a chance to tie it up. But of course, at this point, Ham still needs to make that second foul shot to get it to a 3-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
Titans got 5 guys on the floor who can all make a 3-point shot if it comes down to that.
And here we go for Ham's second shot.
I don't think there's enough time to get a 2 and foul and do all that. I think we're going to run out of time. So we're about got to look for a 3 on this possession no matter what.
And no good.
Not now.
Doug Smith gets the rebound. 14 seconds on the clock. Here comes Anthony Thomas. Basket would tie the game, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line.
Yeah, he's going to go to the line for 2. Feinberg on the foul. So Still 6.4 seconds.
That's Feinberg's third of the game. So Anthony Thomas goes to the line. These two shots could tie the game. And it's good. He makes that look easy.
Nothing but net.
We see Whalen checking in the game right now for Rankin for the Saints. 6.4 on the clock. Anthony Thomas' second shot coming up. And that's Coach Rogers, I think, is going to call a timeout.
And that's their last timeout. So, after this, they're going to bring the ball up and come. There's not going to be any more timeouts, at least for Thomas More.
Now, Coach, if you are the Titans, Anthony Thomas makes this shot, what are you looking to do here?
You want to give them a little token pressure in the backcourt, but you can't let them blow by you, because if they blow by you, then they have numbers. So, but you also don't want them to have a free reign to the basket either, where you're not giving them a little pressure to try to buy some time. 6.4 seconds is a long time. You can get up and down the court almost in 6.4 seconds. You definitely can dribble at the length of the floor in that time. So I think the key is, you got to defend them in such a way as you can try to stay between them and the hoop through that whole possession. If one guy gets beat with the dribble, that creates problems, because now you feel like you have to go off your man to help, and that tends to open up somebody for a shot. So I'm looking for a little token pressure. Coach has 2 timeouts, so I could see when Anthony makes the second shot, that he could call a timeout and set the defense that way. That would be what I think that he would probably do. Although that does give then Thomas More a chance to talk about what they want to do. So I don't know. I guess that's why the coaches make the big bucks, trying to decide what to do in those situations.
Okay, here we go. Players filing back onto the court.
The one thing I do know for sure is that if Anthony would happen to miss the shot in this chance, you have to foul right away, obviously. But match up, play for overtime here when he makes this one.
Anthony's second shot, no good. Stafford gets the rebound, and he's going to be fouled hard. So that's going to send him to the line.
Yeah, still not a bad foul. That'll be a 1-and-1. And he missed one while ago.
Yep, he did. He did indeed.
So in 5.1, we're still plenty of time for the Titans to rebound the ball and go.
Stafford's only 2 of 4 from the free throw line.
Yep, he's missed a couple. So, and again, even if he makes both, the Titans are right back in the same situation they were when Ham went up there for 2 a couple minutes ago, in that they could still tie the game with a 3-point shot. So,
and Coach Ondeko is going to take a timeout here.
He's still got 1 left, so even if you can get the ball up the court and call another timeout if you feel like you'd have to do that, but I think he's probably going to play it out at this point.
Whatever the outcome of the game, be sure to tune in tomorrow night for our weekly sports talk show on the Westminster Cable Network, Coach's Corner, where myself, Connor Kobus, we sit down with the men's and women's basketball head coaches, a player from each team, find out a little bit more about what makes these players tick, recap a little bit of the action here from tonight and from over the weekend.
You can ask him a lot of questions about the strategy that we've just been talking about. There's so many things going into the course of the game here in this last 10 seconds.
And here we go. Stafford at the line for Thomas More to shoot a pair. Titans down by 1. Shot up and good. Titans are down by 2 right now.
Need to block out here for sure on this. If he misses, we have to have the rebound. We cannot let them regain possession.
Here's his second. No good. Titans get the rebound. Spinner's got it. Here he comes. Oh, he just had the ball knocked out of his hands. But he grabs Ham and stops the clock with 0.5 seconds. Half a second on the clock. So that's going to send Ham to the line.
That's pretty much going to do it there. Is 0.5 seconds. No matter if he misses 2 here, the Titans would have to catch it on the rebound and throw it. Max Spinner fouling out there. He did foul out the senior from Boca Raton. That's his last time on the floor here at Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Played a really good game tonight.
He played an outstanding game. Knocked down a couple crucial 3-pointers throughout the game. And there's the shot from Ham, and it's good. And that just about puts the game out of reach for the Titans. Coach Ondeko is going to call a timeout here.
Well, you want Ham to think about this last one because you still have a chance. If he misses it and you get the rebound and throw it 94 feet and swish it, you're going to overtime. A lot to ask for, but you might as well.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, crazier things have happened, and you don't get to use that timeout next game, so you might as well use it tonight.
Exactly. Great game here played by both teams. Titans and the Thomas More Saints played once earlier in the season in Kentucky. Thomas More came away from that game with the victory 79-68. So they're looking to do the same here tonight. Titans have just put up a heck of a fight all evening long here. Played a great game. Forced 16 turnovers from Thomas More.
I think one of the things that this shows is that it certainly, the Titans have played in a lot of games. There's only been a couple of games. They had the St. Vincent game a couple of weeks ago. They weren't very competitive and up at Teal on the road. But, they're still battling into that 5th, 6th, and 7th seed spot. So chances are if they can get to 5 or 6, they're going to play somebody like Thomas More, maybe on the road or St. Vincent, but they're capable. I mean, they're capable of doing it because I think right now they're playing a team that's as hot as anybody in the league.
Yep. Third place team in the conference right now, and the Titans have stuck with them all game. As we see Ham's second shot up and good. Half a second left. Anthony Thomas is just going to throw it up, and he missed the backboard and basket altogether. That's going to do it, folks. Thomas More comes in and barely defeats the Titans 75-71, your final score. We're going to take a quick break and be back to recap this game. You're on the home of Titan basketball, the Westminster Cable Network.
Hi, I'm Dan McDevitt. I'm a father, a husband, Army retiree, and a student at Westminster College. It was nice finding a college so close to home with high academics, was going to put me in the job market right after graduation. If I was to tell another adult student why to come to Westminster, I'd tell them for the academics, the one-on-one personalization they'll get with their instructor, the small classroom experience. I know with this college degree, it's going to open a lot of doors for me. My kids are supportive of me going back to college. When I get good grades, they're all happy. They're like, way to go, Dad.
Welcome back to Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. This one's all over. Titans just barely, come within an inch of defeating number 3 in the conference, Thomas More Saints, but Saints able to pull out the victory 75-71. Coach, it was a great, quick game, fast-paced, lots of action.
Yeah, very good basketball game. A couple things you can look at here that kind of spelled doom for the Titans there in the second half, certainly. One is that both Stafford and Feinberg, especially Feinberg, really got going the second half. Stafford ended up with 19, Feinberg 18, 37 points from their big guys inside. That was a huge difference. Adam Carswell being in foul trouble, yet the Titans were still right there at the end, And, about that, the rebounding got a little out of whack in the second half. The Saints definitely controlled that, and kind of a big stat that maybe you look at it. The Titans were 2 for 14 in the second half from the three-point line, and that's going to be tough. Three-point shooting is a big part of their game, and not having able to knock down a few of those shots was really hurt them. But Anthony Thomas, you pointed out what a tremendous second half he had. A lot of contributions from a lot of guys, but Anthony had an outstanding second half to put the Titans in position to win the game.
Yeah, he really played a great game. Next game for the Titans will be February 13th at Penn State Greater Allegheny. Coach, what can you take away from this game?
Well,
if you're Coach Ondeko.
Yeah, I think you can take some positives away. Certainly we played a tough game, and again, this team just last week beat Bethany and beat Teal, the 2 top teams in the league, and they just beat those teams. So this team is playing as good as anybody in the league, and the Titans played them, as I said earlier, toe-to-toe, had a chance to win. I think you got to take some positives away from that. You got to go on the road. You got this non-conference game against Penn State Allegheny, but after that you got to go to Bethany and then to Geneva. Mm-hmm. Geneva's a team we beat earlier in the season, and Geneva might have a lot of impact on where we are in that final seeding, 5, 6, or 7. It looks like that's where we're at. And certainly Bethany's the type of team that is going to be a tough challenge for us. But we play like we did tonight and stay out of foul trouble, keep Carswell in the game. I think we can compete with anybody.
All right, Coach, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for joining us here this evening. From myself, Coach Daffler, our crew, everyone in the truck, our
I guess that's it for TV this year, huh?
Our helper, Mr. Andy Bortz. Yeah, I think so. Not sure we'll have any more broadcasts. It has been a pleasure, Coach.
Thank you.
We've sat through some great games. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for our weekly sports talk show, Coach's Corner. From all of us here at Buzz Ridl Gymnasium, thanks for joining us here on the home of Titan Sports, the Westminster Cable Network.